Hey, people, what's up? Welcome to the Noyz, boys. Now, what was that, Alex? What were you saying earlier?
Yeah, so back to ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics, right? All right, so Tad. Hieroglyphics is a language. It has like an actual like alphabet in air quotes, kind of, right? We can translate it to the old Rosetta Stone. But what we learned from translating it is a lot of what's written on those temples is actually a bunch of filler bullshit. Because back in the day, when the pharaoh or a guy or whatever would just, this was contract where they would contract the sculptor to write shit down in hieroglyphics on the walls. But the contracts would always be fill out this entire slab or fill out this entire wall or fill out this entire pillar. So when I gotta say, fucking Pharaoh Jimmy is like the coolest guy ever in the universe, and he's also really cool. Fuck, what do I even fucking say anymore? He is even cooler than cool. Cool he is. He'll draw a little picture of the guy with an arrow pointed to him that says cool, and it would be like that. And the fucking thing is I'm not even making that up. There was this whole bit we have of one of the Pharaoh's cats. And it literally says, like, here lies, Pharaoh whatever's, cat. He was his greatest friend, his greatest companion, the best pet ever. I still have like 10 more fucking bits of slab to write down. So it says something like, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head of something I read like years ago in a fucking
Is
magazine.
It like, I feel like what I would do as like the hieroglyph man is I would just start turning it into like my own little Sunday serial comics just to entertain myself. Just be like, guys, you'll never guess it. Check it out. I heard that he did this, and then he did that, and then he had this best friend who was a hieroglyphic like sculptor, and he was super cool.
So it's actually even stupider. It'll just be like, this is the Pharaoh's cat, blah, blah, blah. And this is a little hieroglyphic of a cat that is meant to be, that would be a picture of the cat, right? Not the letter cat, but a picture of the cat. He would then specify, this is not the hieroglyphic, this is actually his cat. It looks kind of like this, cat, arrow pointed up to it, cat, this is a cat. And then it would just say that. And that's what a lot of those pillars are like. It's just a bunch of bullshit. It's really funny.
It's hitting the word count minimum in your high school essay.
Yes, it is. It's the ancient world version of that. It's great. Now,
that's funny.
Now, outside of that, I've been also doing a lot of interesting stuff lately, other than looking up funny cat memes from ancient Egypt. Now, Tad, those of you who are in the Discord, you might have noticed my little conversation I've had with one of our gamers who's been chatting me up with old school games and shit. Now, I decided that I needed to smell worse than I already do. I decided to buy a CRT, Tad.
So where did you get your CRT from? Because mine
eBay.
I stole from I got mine the classic way. You just steal it from outside of a hospital. Like, it's just on the ground, and it's been there for 2 weeks through the rain, but it looks like it might work. I did pick it up, and it was full of crickets. I remember that. It works.
So I was talking with Tim and everything. I'm gonna get myself a CRT. Because I used to have a CRT when I was a kid, because we grew up before any of these smart TVs fucking existed. It's just all we had back.
Am I gonna have to break out the Nintendo Switch sound? Is this the Tim time?
Well, no, Tim didn't do anything silly this time. He didn't do anything funny. This is not a Tim update. We're just chatting like normal. So,
I have a funny little update. This is a Tad update. I guess I'll put in the whole GameCube startup sound effect, all like 38 beats or whatever. When I was at work the other day, a child knocked over a garbage can. I told them to pick it up, and they stabbed me in the heart with a pencil.
What was their fucking problem?
I get paid $16 an hour, by the way.
You make as much as I do.
It's fine. You get to carry a crowbar.
Oh, apparently, okay. So we used to have a crowbar, but we lost it. So I bought a smaller one. Apparently, the second one I bought. No, hang on. Positive update. Apparently, it's a prybar, and I'm a big stinking fucking retard, and I didn't know the difference. And I'm wrong that the long curved thing that pries open things is not a crowbar, but a prybar. Tad, what's the difference between a hammer and a mallet? You have 3 seconds.
Hold on. One is in paper. Actually, Alex, you could not have asked. Hold on. No, I just want Alex to know how fucked he is right now. You could not have asked the worst possible person this. Alex, did I ever tell you about the? Yes, this is a Homestuck thing. You ever heard about the Overseer Project?
What is the Overseer Project, Tad?
So it's a text-based adventure game version of Homestuck with a functional sperm alchemy system. And I wanted to play it, and I had to create new items. So every time I used the judge's mallet, every single one of those had a different status effect than a hammer. So yes, hammers and mallets are very different.
Well,
also,
you know
one
what?
is in Paper Mario.
You know what? It was a crowbar to me. I did have an actual crowbar, but those are $15. I didn't want to buy another one, so I bought a prybar instead. By the way, I bought that fucking prybar with my own goddamn money. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in the store.
Oh, by the way, did I ever tell you I got banned from the Overseer Project's Discord server?
What did you do? Say something mean about a protected citizen that I'm not allowed to say anything about yet until 2026?
Genuinely, I think so. I think I did go in there, and I was just acting a little too wild, and until they banned me. It was probably deserved. I don't really remember. All I remember is getting banned from it, getting really mad, and then going, wait a second, why do I care?
Wait a second. I could just go to a Discord I actually like. But wait, this is a perfect opportunity to engage in the culture war. Anyway, so back to this fucking CRT, okay? So I was looking through eBay and kind of throwing them at Tim, just seeing like which ones looked good. Because like when I did CRT as a kid, I just had what I had, right? I didn't know the brands. I didn't know the dick with its settings. I didn't have a test suite fucking ROM to fuck with it. I just played with what my fucking parents got me. But
you just played Tak and the Power of Juju on GameCube and pretended you liked it just as much as Melee.
Yes. So let's go through the list, run by him, and I saw a couple of opportunities. I'm okay. Almost all of them are like really small and like mono audio. I wanted a stereo one, right? So I'm looking through, and two things showed up. One, a small one with mono audio that was see-through. Tad, where do see-through TVs come from?
You could have got a prison TV.
I thought about it so hard. It was only $80. I'm like, this is legitimately going to be dog shit, but I should buy it. I know this is going to be the worst option.
Think of it like this, though. A prison TV is going to be the TV that's like the most well-maintained.
Unfortunately, I did not buy the prison CRT. I should have. But instead I bought a different one. I bought what was called an Apex TV. Have you ever heard of the brand Apex, Tad?
No, I've heard Legends. That's Apex Legends for the gamers out there. No, I've never heard of that Chinese shit.
Neither have I. Neither is Tim, but it had stereo audio. And that stereo audio is literally the only one that did. And I just said, fuck it, it's good enough. I'll just buy it. So I bought this fucking CRT. Now, I learned a bunch of things about CRTs about this shit, alright? One, I didn't know shit, alright? When I bought it, I'm just like, fuck yeah, hooked up my EverDrive, I fucking started playing Chameleon Twist and Bomberman fucking Heroes, right? Or Bomberman fucking 64. And...
Did you have Chameleon Twist, or were you just like, fuck it, and just randomly chose it?
I just randomly chose it. I was just like, fuck it. I remember into this game once as a kid, let's play some fucking Chameleon Twist. I was just playing that for a fucking night. Now, I was playing this for like an hour fucking around. I didn't find all the crowns on the first level. I went through that level 3 fucking times. I couldn't find the other 3 crowns. I don't know where the fuck they are. I am not bad at children's video games. Well, here's
an interesting little thing about that game. Chameleon Twist 2 was the one that I used to rent a bunch as a kid. Because as a kid, I would rent, like every Friday, we'd come home and I would rent a game because I was poor. I couldn't buy games. I would rent them. If I didn't want to play Paper Mario for the 400th time, I would get Chameleon Twist 2. And it was like a weird game. Like, it's got like this real fucking odd look to it. Mm-hmm. But then I played Chameleon Twist 1 once, and I was like, wow, this sucks ass. It like looks different. Everything sounds terrible. The sound effect when you get hit in Chameleon Twist 2 is one of those things that's just like burned into my memory. Because they just go, ow. Ow. Like that exact cadence, everything. Because I don't know if I sucked at that game and I just got my ass beat every time. I don't know.
So I'm playing this game, and while I'm playing it, I'm posting like a screenshot of it, and one of our individuals in our Discord asks, oh, hey, is it centered? I'm like, yeah, it looks centered to me. He's like, oh, no. Use the test suite. I'm like, what the fuck is a fucking test suite? And I shouldn't have listened to him that day, Tad. I learned so much shit I shouldn't have known. So I get the test suite ROM and start dicking with it. And I'm like, oh, there is so much bullshit with this CRT. I gotta fucking misalign it. I gotta realign it. I gotta change its size. I gotta fucking change its fucking vertex angular. I gotta do all this bullshit with it. And I learned I couldn't change its horizontal fucking scaling. Did you even know what the fuck horizontal fucking scaling was in your fucking CRT?
I can take an educated guess at what it is, but I don't. Listen. The TV full of crickets that I have, I don't really care about. Okay, it works in the picture big.
Yeah, well, mine's only 14 inches, so unfortunately I kind of had to resize things. But I'm like, fuck, dude. I couldn't figure out how to like change because it wasn't on like the picture setting on the remote, right? And he's like, we gotta use the service menu. I'm like, what the fuck's the fucking service menu? The fuck? And he's like, no. Go look up a secret button combination that the CRT developers, the CRT builders make to access secret hidden developer tools within your CRT. I'm like, this is fucking. There's no fucking way this shit is fucking real. So I look it up. It's real. I have to. All right, hear this out, Tad. Here's how you unlock Luigi in Mario 64. You go to your CRT. You turn the volume all the way down till it's off, right? Then you get your remote, which the TV came with. Don't worry. You hit mute on the remote. Then you hit menu on the remote, and you hit mute again while the text is still on screen at the same time as menu, and the service menu will pop up. Now, after you do this, you'll be able to unlock Luigi. Here's the problem with that, Tad. The menu button only kind of sometimes works. Also, if I hit volume up, the TV turns off. So, I was kind of working with what I had here. After a dozen attempts, it finally works. I dig through these fucking settings. It's called the yellow menu, because it's all in yellow. And I discovered something really bad. There is no horizontal scaling on Apex TVs. In fact, there's none on any post-2000s flat CRT because, and I quote, they didn't give enough of a shit to make them at that point in time. Because the other TVs were kind of becoming in fashion around the 2000s, right? So they just, they just stopped giving a shit and started making cheaper TVs.
These are cheap TVs, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, fuck me. So now it's hard for me to use it because it actually looks really good. Right? But I'm like, it's imperfect, and I know it's imperfect now, because this guy put this FUD in my fucking head. This fear, uncertainty,
Aleks, you're going to be one of those fucking dudes with a $400 Triniton.
Now listen, Tad. Tim has a $1,000 Triniton, alright? But anyway...
Well, you know what? Actually, okay, no, hold on a second. $1,000, hold on. Hold on a second. What can that possibly offer?
It's like almost 30 inches. It's a big ass fucking CRT. It's huge. I saw it in his fucking room.
That's genuinely a lot of like circuitry and like and I don't know that much about CRTs. I assume there's like chemicals no one really talks about, like plaidmium in there or something. Like a bunch of weird shit you can't get easily.
Well, I'm glad you asked, because now that I knew that the things were slightly off, I didn't know, right? I had no need to put this information in my head, but now that I knew it, I could see it. I could see that the fact that I could see that the menus were just a little slightly cropped off on some places. Like, no, the Homebrew menu.
But doesn't that make it feel like a red? You had a fucking rinky-dink little TV. You never got to see Mario 64 at its full glory.
Yeah, but now I'm an adult and I can. All right, so because I can, I want to, and now that I know it's a thing, I want to even more. Listen, Tad. Every CRT is imperfect, but what if I could make it perfect with technology? So, got myself a screwdriver. I'm gonna take this motherfucker apart. I don't actually know what the inside. I didn't know what the inside of a CRT looked like because, well, I mean, I never opened up my own one.
Did your ass even unplug it?
What's up?
Did your ass even unplug it? CRTs are like sort of deadly.
I'm glad you asked. You see, I unplugged the TV because I'm not a fucking retard, and I pop it open, and I hit with what looks like 1950s fucking technology. I go, damn, I didn't know what the inside of this thing looked like. Holy shit, that's a fucking like Raytheon tube. What the fuck is this thing? What am I looking at here?
This TV is so old, it has parts sourced from countries that no longer exist.
Like, okay, look. My old CRT when I was a kid, the movers dropped it and broke it, right? And I never saw the fucking end of it ever again. It was gone at that point.
That was the start of your decline.
Yeah, this is when I started becoming just a worse person overall. So I never saw what the inside of this damn thing looked like. So I'm like, okay. I need to I gotta ask the guy what's up. I'm like, what the fuck am I looking for on this thing? He's like, we were looking for the fucking potentiometers. I'm like, what the fuck's a potentiometer? He's like, well, you see, they're different in every CRT. They can look like this, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this, and there's like 15 different fucking little knobs and screws, some of which are hidden, because much like unlocking Luigi, the developers don't want you to do it. So you have to look for the hidden screws on the fucking really electric, on the board that says electric, do not touch, stapled onto it with a fucking little piece of tape, which is in that fucking TV, by the way. So I get my screwdriver. And I'm like, wait, if I touch this metal screwdriver to the TV, I'm going to fucking die. Let's not do that. Let's unplug it first. Okay, so I unplug the TV, and then I start dicking around with my screwdriver like a fucking idiot. And I'm like, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking for. I can't find a potentiometer. And while I'm saying this, the individual is like, you idiot! Don't you fucking put metal in that fucking CRT? Get a plastic fucking screwdriver. I'm like, I used the big screwdriver, and the big one's not magnetic. It's fine. I didn't break anything. He was more concerned with my safety, because if I touched it, I would have gotten electrocuted and fucking fried.
Hell yeah.
So
now that would have been a good podcast episode.
I would have had one of those lightning scars that people have, if I lived. So
that people have, like Harry Potter.
No, Tab, when you get hit by lightning, it makes your veins fucking burst, it scars your insides, and on your skin you'll have this like disgusting looking tree all through your skin.
Oh, you're talking about Lichtenberg figures.
They're called Lichtenbergs? Well, whatever. The point is I would have looked like I would look like a piece of bacon. So anyway, if I lived. So I ordered some plastic tools. I wait. They come here. I'm like, okay, let's do this without dying now. So pop the sucker open again, start dicking with it. I find the potentiometers with my plastic screwdriver this time, because you need to have the TV turned on so you can watch the screen adjust as you're fucking with it, right? I'm so happy he told me they're plastic tools, because I was legitimately going to fucking just die. So I found the potentiometers. Sad news, there's only two. One for the brightness, which is the most redundant thing ever, because I can already do that with the TV remote. And then the focus, like a fucking pair of binoculars. I can make it look a little crystal clearer. And I made it look a little clearer, so the TV looks basically as good as it could possibly look, given the tools that I have provided with me. But unfortunately... Now I'm
kind of wanting to do it, too.
Yeah, it's listen, it's actually pretty cool taking it apart, and it makes you feel smart if you survive. And so I made it look as perfect as it could possibly look. However, there was no potentiometer for the horizontal fucking size and scale. So here's the thing, Tad. I now have it about as perfect as it could possibly be, but it's not perfect enough. And it fucking annoys the shit out of me, because every time I do it now, I just see it. I wish he never fucking told me about this, because I literally would have just played it and I've never known. So I was playing Chameleon Twist, and I was like, did that enemy come off screen because I didn't see it? Because I'm technically not seeing all of the horizontal edges? Or is the game designed around that? Because I know a lot of the games are designed around the idea that people have these CRTs and are smaller, right? Like Melee, the reason the UI is so crunched in is because they accounted for it. You know that?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so I'm thinking okay, there's no reason for me to get all spurgy about this. There's no reason for me to get all spurgy about this. There's no reason for me to keep worrying about this. So I'm browsing around for more CRTs to potentially buy, right? So I'm asking Tim, and Tim recommends we get this $400 Triniton TV, and I'm like, I'm just gonna deal with what the fuck I fucking have. This is not worth $400 fucking dollars. I do not need to see these pixels, because I'm gonna tell you one secret thing about this whole thing, Tad. Do you know how off my CRT actually is? Because you can see the numbers on the test suite.
So it's either going to be within millimeters, or it's going to be so far off it's in a new QPU.
It is an entire, and I'm talking this is a lot, all right?
Parallel universe?
It is 16 entire pixels, Tad. Do you have any idea how little that is? Do you have any idea how not worth all of this bullshit was? For reference, and I showed you a picture of this, because you can use a newer TV and you'll get the 480p, smaller screens with older systems. The N64 specifically actually doesn't match its full 480p resolution. It's actually a 442p console, which is so fucking weird, right?
Huh.
So if you use a modern TV, you can notice your game will be in a black kind of box. There will be about 3 to 4 to even 6 pixels on the top, left, right, and bottom that are just unused by the TV. So in reality, I'm only about 10 pixels off on the left and right. I am not spending $400 fucking dollars for 10
To
pixels
fix-
of clarity. That's stupid. I'm just going to deal with what I have.
So what's kind of cool about that TV that you have is that it is also kind of like a little slice of history.
Yes.
Because the only reason for a TV like that to exist is that they're like, yeah, we're going to buy in bulk all of the remaining like TV parts and then just slap the shit together. There you go. Screen doesn't match. Who gives a fuck? It's got sound. It's got brightness. There we go.
Oh,
someone will
there's one more
buy
thing
it
I
for
have to say.
$100.
There's one more thing I have to say to close this out. That was legitimately, it made me a little nostalgic, and it did make me a little happy. It has a built-in DVD player, and I was messing around with the screen settings. Because it has a DVD mode essentially, and has its own like DVD menu and stuff. I thought maybe going there I can mess with the size. You know, I was dicking around with it.
Yeah.
And while I was dicking around with it, using the remote, looking the stuff up, I let it sit for a minute, and I look over to the CRT, and I notice it did the DVD screensaver with the little DVD logo bouncing around the screen. And I was like, oh, I missed that. That's so cute to see again. I was just watching it for like 5 minutes, bounce around for a little bit. It's a literal nothing thing, but it was just a nice little thing. You kids wouldn't know what that shit is. I don't think they even do that shit anymore.
Nope, because they don't really do physical. I mean, you'll have like a Roku City and shit where you'll have like the little smart TV, like all that kind of swirl by.
So, N64 controller, as you guys know, I love my N64 to death. It is a very flawed console, but I grew up with it, so I like it. I've been very nostalgic about it recently because the Star Fox 64 decomp happened, and I actually streamed it a little while ago after getting my ass kicked 9 games in a row in Marvel Rivals and streaming that and just getting bodied. I'm like, you know what, chat? It's 2 a.m. Let's just play Star Fox 64 on PC. And I streamed myself getting all of the medals on expert mode for like the last 2 hours of that stream.
I'm a real gamer, guys. Trust me, please.
Nah. Listen. It happens, all right? I won 1 game that night and lost 9 more. It happens, okay? The Elo slingshot, okay? They're just pulling it back and just give me a bunch of wins later.
Alex, I have a question though.
What's up?
So the golden gun you'll get from forcing yourself to hit a certain rank this time's going to be worth it, right?
So okay,
it won't just rot away in account forever.
Okay, so
like Chinese spyware you willingly put on your computer.
Ted, I love China. All right, this is my arc. Okay, we started the podcast. Used to call them bugs. Ted, glory to the CCP. All right, Mora, did you hear that? Did you hear that, Mora? Okay, so anyway, now that I know Mora's not going to kill me, so let me actually side note Marvel Rivals. The reason I actually like playing ranked, I actually don't give a shit about the rewards or any of that bullshit. In fact, you don't even need to hit gold. You can get that in like 20 seconds. What I play ranked for is that this has bans, Tad. Do you have any idea how fucking awesome that feels? Imagine, time travel. Overwatch 1 with the original like 23 characters. Imagine if I could just ban Reinhardt every game and I wasn't forced to play him. Imagine how fucking different that game would be. Like, think about it. Think that he was the only barrier tank, Tad. Think about how different that game would have been without Reinhardt in it. I could just do that. It's so fucking awesome. That is what's keeping me in Marvel Rivals, that I just don't have to play with against 4 fucking characters.
The fact that I can play against less of the game.
Well, yeah, because like, all these games are gonna be imbalanced. Like, imagine what's your least favorite thing in Team Fortress 2? Your least favorite weapon?
The stupid engineer shotgun lets him pick up his shit from the other side of the map. That's bad and not good gameplay.
It's gone. You don't have to play it anymore. Imagine it.
Ooh, oh my god, it's like playing TF2classic, which I was playing last week and was very fun.
But that's why I like Rivals. It's flawed, and I don't like the triple support meta right now, but I just like being able to ban things, and it feels nice, and whatever. So, controller. Back to this. So, I mentioned this before about emulators and all the shit back when I was like Homebrew and stuff. I'm really specific about the N64 in particular because it has such a unique controller. Like, it doesn't work with the same kind of trackball tracking that the other fucking controllers do. Like the Saturn, PS1, and literally that's it from all the time. They have a little ball in there that tracks a little laser and tracks your movements. That's how they all work. They've literally been doing that for like 30 years. The N64 is unique, though. It had these little gears and cogs, and they're little optical sensors that watch the gears move and can have more precise movement. That's why flight games like Pilot Wings and Star Fox feel so good, or why Wave Racer feels so good on the N64. It's basically designed for like vehicle games, right? So
yeah, it basically counts those gears, and then it's like, okay, they're currently moving at this X and Y coordinate. It's pushed this far from the center, so you can go this fast, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm. It's also why Mario has that gradual ramp up as he runs. If you were to use an unofficial one or use an emulator, you can't just kick off right immediately into full sprint as Mario. There's like a build up. It's hard to describe. You have to feel it. because the controller is so specific.
It's like the dead zone of the controller. You have to start moving it. A lot of modern controllers will have this, like on their actual consoles. But yeah, it's like there's a little bit of dead time. And once you start to move, your eye doesn't start whipping. Every Rockstar character ever made moves like this way.
Exactly. It's very precise, and I just I can't play these games without like the N64 controller. And again, I also just grew up with them, just used to it, you know. But it's like I can play a Super Nintendo game on anything because it's just a D-pad and buttons, right? Yeah. It's different. So I was talking to him about this individual again, about all this retro stuff as usual. He was asking me if I cleaned it recently. I'm like, no, but I do know there's that thing where the plastic gears can grind down. We talked about this before. It turns into a little like a fine powder inside the fucking controller. I'm like, I've never actually greased it like I thought I should. I should go and do that. So watch a video, take it apart. I learned a lot of cool things about this controller. One, mine's actually in very good condition. I was hitting the little test program. The maximum you can get out of a brand new, 1996 controller is an 85. That's the best. If you hold it up, down, left, or right? Because it tracks with a number. That's the best one. So I was hitting 70, 72 in 72, 76, and then for whatever reason, holding down, I get a full 84. I guess I just never held down on that fucking controller. I don't know. But my controller is in very good condition. Hitting above 70 is great. And the reason is because I never played Mario Party at my house. So my controller's still fine. So I take it apart, and I'm just while doing this, I think it's really interesting because I'm seeing this whole thing at a different angle. I take my Saturn apart before, but with the N64, it's the Saturn I bought a few years ago, right? The N64 controller, I've had that since I was a little kid. It's interesting just taking apart and cleaning this whole thing. And he started to hook me up with all these custom buttons and things. I'm like, well, hold on a minute there. I don't want to ship of Theseus my N64 controller, right? So I put it up there and I do all this bullshit with it. And Tad, I'm not good at what I do. I take it apart.
Okay, well, I guess first off, did you lose any pieces?
Luckily, no, but
did you almost lose pieces?
Okay, let me explain. So, Tad, do you know how these buttons work?
The all the face buttons on an N64 controller?
Yeah, they're on a little circuit board, and they have these little pushy little squishy things that the buttons then push down to trigger a reaction from the controller, right? So
okay,
my stupid ass was taking it apart. I was using a bunch of alcohol and a toothbrush, which is apparently just what you fucking do to clean these things. You can't use water; it's gonna fucking destroy it. So I'm cleaning this whole thing, and I put it back in. I'm like, these buttons feel a lot looser and aren't working all of a sudden. I screw it back in. I'm like, oh my god, I put these fucking in upside down. I'm a fucking retard. So I fucking take it apart again. Fucking, I put it all back into normal, get it all back into what it is. And it feels so much different in my hands. Because now it's just clean it's brand new. But, okay, listen, I'm not a schizo, okay? That A button feels fucking different, okay? I swear to God. I know for a fact that A button was clickier when I used to use it, alright? So now I'm thinking, no, it still works, right? I put it in right. It obviously...
But did I break it?
Did I break it or something?
Did the Theseus gnomes replace my N64 controller? I know they're doing it.
So I had to ask my friend over here again. He's just oh yeah. He's like, oh, no, the A button's supposed to be kind of soft because it's supposed to be able to better track your how soft and hard you push the button, for Mario's jumps and shit, right? So I'm like, this is how it's supposed to feel. I'm like, I haven't been using that clicky fucking A button for 20 fucking years. You can't tell me this is what it's supposed to be. so
they're all fucking crazy.
So when I was testing it out, I was playing Starbucks 64 because what else was I gonna play, right? I was playing through and I was doing Sector Z, the missile level, and I didn't kill one of the missiles.
The Smash Bros stage, yeah.
Yes, I didn't kill one of the missiles. I'm like, fuck, I just didn't mash A hard enough. So I do it again, and Peppy still stole the fucking last rocket from me. I'm like, it's because of that A button. I started getting suspicious now.
Start mashing it faster.
No, I started getting worried. Did I break it? So just in case, as I finish my run, I gotta take it apart again. But there's a problem. So one of the reasons that made this so difficult for me was there's just one of those little tiny screws. You know where the jump pack goes in, the save pack and the rumble pack goes in? One of those little screws is really uncooperative. My body is a machine that turns screws into stripped screws, okay? They don't want to fucking work. So,
oh my god.
Aleks,
how did you fix it? You've been making a lot of great decisions today, buddy. How did you fix it? This is the
Simple.
voice I use when I need to figure out if one of these autistic children have, like, committed a crime.
Simple, Tad. It's simply no longer unscrew, so I just say, all right, fuck it, I'm just stuck with what I got now, I guess. But it's like,
Fuck it, we ball.
Fuck it, we ball. I managed to try to unscrew it, and it literally just stopped. I'm like, fuck it, I screw it back in, and now it's not even screwed in all the way. It's still jutting out a little bit, but you know how there's this little, like, cavern where the two screws are? It's deep down, and it's screwed in enough that it doesn't stop the jump pack or rumble pack from getting plugged in, and I'm just like, fuck it, it's good enough, let's do it. And so I just deal with this possibly question mark imperfect A button that is allegedly supposed to always feel this way. I don't know.
Well, surely, Aleks, having explicitly a pack attached to that spot, rumbling and shaking is not going to cause any problems. But also, so do you want to know how you're supposed to get rid of screws like that get stripped?
Well, what's up?
So first off, you get a drill.
Okay, right? I'm definitely doing that to my N64.
And then you get a really thin drill bit, and you fucking drill inside that screw, dude. And then you put, like, a bunch of putty and shit in it, and then it, like, gives it the grip, and then you twist it out. So that should be your next goal, Aleks. Don't use a drill on your N64 controller. Don't do it.
So
Don't,
Aleks. I want to bring up my stupidity. So it won't be
funny as fuck.
I tried this before, and that's when it originally got stripped in the first place, and I gave up on it before. So when I went to go clean it, it just miraculously worked this time. And for whatever reason, the entire process of cleaning my controller, I didn't think to just not screw that screw back in. I could just left it out. I literally put it back. Like, I literally fucking like Wile E. Coyote'd it. I fixed it. I literally fixed it, and I had to put the problem back in the fucking thing. I put the screw back in there. I just went, oh god, fucking damn it.
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, because I spent like 30 minutes controlling the controller. The random stripped screw wasn't in my head anymore, you know? Anyway, that's, whenever you guys think I sound smart when I'm homebrew and stuff, reminder, I almost killed myself with a screwdriver and a CRT. So, what have you been up to lately?
So, my controller, so I have like 6 N64 controllers, and they're all in pretty good condition. Because I just kept every time I went to a garage sale, I'd be like, "Thank you. Here's $5." Right? Not to resell them like a monster, but just like so I have them because I know that controllers die. So I kept having a problem. If you watch that stream we did where we were playing Super Mario 74 or whatever, if you watch the stream, I look like a fucking moron and I can't make any jumps, and I wasn't crazy, my fucking controller wasn't working. So what I was doing, simple foolish Tad was like, oh, if I want to play some of these weirder ROM hacks on the emulator of the N64, well, I'll just use my N64 and get a converter. So obviously that's the dumbest fucking thing I could have ever done, right? How silly of me. So then, okay, the converter doesn't work, and I don't want to spend like $46 on another one that also might not work. Like, I tried a bunch of different emulators, which, by the way, Project 64 is... Everyone I talk to about N64 emulators says that one is like super cringy and dumb and bad and stinky, and I should use their Linux branch version of some N64 emulator or some bullshit, right? You've probably heard this too. About like, oh, you should be using Parallel, or you should be
using Daedalus.
Yeah, like all this other crap, but it's like, no, I don't think I'll be doing that. The reason why is that I could not get my N64 controller to work on fucking anything except Project 64. And then eventually that wasn't good enough because I could not hold straight up. It would just whip me like 45 degrees to the right or the left. So I'm like, fuck it, fine, okay. So then, in another act of buffoonery, I'm like, okay, cool. Why don't I just use a PlayStation controller? All right, let me find my PS4 controller and plug that in. Big fucking mistake. Immediately, I'm like, okay, this does not work. Okay, we live in the modern age. This is 2025, aka year 0, the final year. I'll just plug in a PlayStation 5 controller. Again, buffoonery, silliness, right? How dare I assume a fucking PlayStation 5 controller will work on a computer? So I had to go and download. This is the first time in a long time I've actually had Firefox say, hey, you just downloaded a virus. Don't run this. So I had to go and grab DS4 Windows, not Dark Souls 4 Windows, but DualShock 4. So it took me fucking like 3 days to figure this out. So my final solution that I came up with was I have a PlayStation 4 because 5 and 3 would not work. Hooked up via like USB 3.0. It has to be 3.0, which is the blue one. It can't be lower.
Okay.
And now I can finally play Ocarina of Time, Sands of Time, except I have to have it on my right monitor full screened because moving the right control stick for the C buttons also moves the mouse, and I don't know how to turn that off, and I'm too scared to fuck with it anymore.
Look, man, we just want to play old games, all right? Why is it gonna be so hard?
Like, I was just thinking the whole time, I'm like, you know what? I might just say fuck it to these ROM hacks, man. Just go back to playing, like, because the N64, it's good. It's new. It's, like, fresh. It's cool. I want to use this one.
Hey, make sure you take it apart and grease up those little, not the gears, but those little 4 notches around the gears, like I did in that tutorial video. It helps the plastic live longer.
You know what? I should do that. I should also stop being a lazy little fuck. Like, literally right in front of me, too. I have my nephew's, aka my, like, 3DS. Like, my old red one that I got when Smash Bros. Came out. And it hasn't been working, and I'm assuming it's, like, a boot issue or something like that. Like, the lights will turn on, but the screens won't ever light up. And, like, you can't turn it off. So, like, it's gotta be something like that, or something's not connected. And it is supposed to pop up, and it is working, but I can't tell, right? But I just haven't done it. Just been lazy. I think maybe I'll do like a designated day for it. Like, I'll schedule a thing and I'll set up like a hand cam stream. You can watch me break my nephew's DS. So
speaking of old shit though, another thing I was doing recently, and someone put a gun to my head and said I had to bring this up on the podcast. So Tad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know how people say old shows and old games and old movies are just better than new ones? You know, we do it all the time. People. Yeah. So, have you watched some of those old things that aren't as good as people remember? Because I did.
Never.
So,
all right, tell me all about it.
So, one night, as in a couple days ago, as of this recording.
Setting it up like it was storming outside.
My
N64A button wasn't pressing right.
Oh, by the way, when we were talking, I went to go get my controller to double check, make sure I'm not crazy, and it feels completely fucking normal. I'm not crazy, Ted, all right? Peppy didn't steal that missile from me, all right? So if it's fucking bullshit, it's the controller, so.
Oh, he's always been slipping Peppy ever since he was a kid.
So anyway, the
whole Better Call Saul speech.
One miserable stormy day where it wasn't snowing in Idaho, because why would it ever do that? I walk all the way back home from work. I sit my fat ass down in my chair and I open up YouTube while I have a bunch of potato chips because I feel like just fucking gorging myself today. I was going to originally have like a YouTube video open while I played some games of Balatro and just said, fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we go fucking gold stake with the fucking Nebula deck. However, in my feed, you know, the top menu where it says, you know, top 10 bullshit that you're not gonna watch, that tries to get you to fucking hustle you to watch bullshit. I saw a live stream with 30 whole viewers watching it, running 24/7 on repeat, all 72 episodes of an old TV show I've never heard of called M.A.S.K. 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 Have you ever heard of that shit?
So I have, but only slightly, because when I was a kid, I thought Robot Chicken was really fucking funny. And they had a He-Man episode with like some guy from M.A.S.K. And I remember going, what the fuck is that? And I Googled it. And it's like, oh, this is from like 1984.
Literally 1984. So M.A.S.K is a G.I. Joe ripoff made by Hasbro, because they were literally ripping themselves off. They were riding the high and just making clones of their own shit to make more money. So I jump in on the stream at episode like 12, right? And so I have no idea what the fuck's going on, right? So these guys are like, you have fucking, what's his fucking name? Hold on, I have the characters. I have Matt Tracker, the leader. All right, he leads the
Hell
mission,
yeah.
and his helmet, the Spectrum, which has the supervision. The way this show works is
supervision.
Matt Tracker will be hanging out with his son and his little gay robot T-Bob. Not T-Bot, T-Bob. Yeah, I confused the fuck out of you. You faked me out. So, episode will start. Every episode is the exact fucking same. Episode will start. Matt Tracker will be hanging out with his son and his little robot, meeting up with some world leader. So he'll go to Japan, and the Japanese guy will have this really racist accent. He's like, "Oh, hello, welcome to Japan." Because it was 1986. They didn't give a shit back then, right? So he's like, yes, this is the city of Okinawa, Japan, the cultural center place of everything. Hey, Dad, look what's on TV. And I'll be like, the statue of fucking Fukushima Kakagugi will have been fucking stolen. And he'll be like, what the hell are you? This is, oh, no, sorry, I gotta be a little
Just
funnier.
real fucking racist.
He'll be like,
go ahead, Alex, go ahead, say it.
he'll say some
Love
bullshit.
for all
like,
races.
Like, it'll be like, holy guacamole, and like, holy shit. That means
Guacamole. Yeah, sure, okay.
Oh, he's like, oh man, I know a little Japanese. That means something bad's happened. So he'll run over and he'll be like,
so he's meeting with the Prime Minister of Japan.
Because Matt Tracker just meets with a world leader of any random country of whatever episode. It's just how it goes.
To do what? Like, they were hanging out together before they stole the statue.
He was like some super scientist. And they'll be like, oh, it's like, who the hell could steal this statue? He's like, I know who. Venom. He opens up his briefcase, which is a little fucking 1980s computer. He goes, computer, contact the members of M.A.S.K and select them for this mission. So it'll randomly select one of the fucking 5 heroes to be in the episode, basically. And it'll be like,
oh,
yes,
that's actually cool as fuck.
Yeah, so I showed you the list here. So here are the fucking the heroes, right? So Matt's in every episode.
Show me the list of racist caricatures.
They're not that bad until you get to the Native American guy, but he doesn't show up till later. So
Bruce Sato, he's the Asian and he's not yellow. That's a strong start.
He's pretty yellow to me. I think your monitors are fucked up.
I guess robot's not yellow.
Well, that's not a robot. So the way it works, okay, so it'll be like, the computer recommends Bruce Sato and Aleks Sector. And you might be thinking, wow, Bruce and Aleks are in basically every episode. Where the fuck is Hondo? I don't know, fuck you, that's why. So I watched this for 5 straight hours, and there was only 2 episodes that didn't have Bruce and fucking Aleks in it. So the way it works is he'll go to the country, see Venom do some bullshit, and Venom is literally just Cobra. It's literally just look at the guy up there, Miles Mayhem, the leader. That's just Cobra Commander. Look at his helmet. So they'll be up to some bullshit. So he gets 2 or 3 members of his squad. They then leave the country they're in to go back to their home base, where they go to this giant fucking cavernous doohickey machine that gives them these supercharged masks that give them superpowers. They put the masks on, get into their transforming vehicle toys, then go back to the country they were just at to then fight Venom. So they go to fight Venom, and Venom is this evil organization of guys who have bad evil masks that do stupid bullshit. They all have names. So Matt has the Spectrum, which lets him see through shit. That's all he's got. Bruce Sato can levitate objects with telekinetic powers. Seems a little better than seeing through shit.
Power scale's already pretty fucked up. Okay.
Dusty Hayes has fucking it's called the Backlash.
That's like a vacuum.
He goes backlash on, and it shoots a fucking concussive laser blast like Cyclops and blows holes open in walls. Again, Spectrum's not all that great. Brad Turner, who's a guitarist, he has the Hocus Pocus. He says Hocus Pocus
Hold on a second.
on. Know what it can do? It can mind control people and animals. So you might be thinking, why is Matt the leader when he has the worst one? Gloria
it's
down there?
because Brad Turner wants him to be.
Gloria, she has force field on. It creates force fields like Invisible Woman. And she can make big ones, small ones, fucking make them use little hands. She's got
whatever's cheaper to animate.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, Aleks Sector, he's the tech guy, right? And he doesn't have a full mask. You see how I have his beard? He looks kind of like Pega Gripes, right? Now, what do you think his mask is? What do you think the technician has as a mask?
Considering everyone has been getting progressively crazier, I think his is just like a blacksmith visor, a welding mask.
Close. It's the jackrabbit. It lets him jump really high. That's
What?
it! That's all it
sure,
does!
whatever. Okay. What about Buddy Hawks?
So there's a burning building, and he's just like, oh shit, Aleks, get him. He's like, jackrabbit, on. He jumps up really high, saves one guy, and then jumps back down, and that's it. You got Dusty Hayes shooting laser beams out of his eyes to fucking fight these robots, and Aleks can just kind of jump 3-story buildings. Only 3, can't jump any higher.
Hold on a second. So Bruce and Aleks are the ones that are in here most. The guy who can levitate and the guy who can jump. Do you know how many animation cells it requires to do those special abilities, Aleks?
Tad, I watched 12 episodes of this show, and Aleks Sector used the jackrabbit exactly once. Instead, what he actually does with it, what he does is he drives a big pickup truck that looks kind of like Optimus Prime. He goes, it's kind of like the Rhino. He's like, Rhino, activate. He pulls a lever on his car, his truck, and you know the big 2 exhaust pipes of like a big like fucking 18-wheeler truck, you know?
Yeah.
They bend forward and start shooting laser beams.
Fuck yeah.
So that's how he fights like 90% of the time. He just fucking unloads into shit. Now, you got Buddy Hawks. Do you know what his mask does?
Okay, well, I'm looking at the picture of him now. Him with his fucking JoJo stand behind him. It looks like the stock market falling.
So...
I'm gonna guess his power is he can, like, fucking talk to animals or something.
No, that's what Brad does. Brad has the hocus pocus, remember? He can do that.
God damn it. The hocus pocus, yeah. The most rockin' badass 80s song I can think of. Sure. What do you do, Buddy Hawks?
He literally never used it in any episode I saw him, so I have no idea. I don't know.
Well, what do you think his power is then? I think he can know the news. I think he's got like a busted as fuck one.
I assume he can run fast, ? You know what Hondo McLean does? He gets brought on a mission. There's a nuclear submarine. There's a nuclear submarine armed with a bunch of plastic explosives that Venom was going to use to hold the Panama Canal hostage. He wanted control of the entire Panama Canal, or he's gonna blow it the fucking sky high. So he's like, oh shit, I gotta get Gloria and Hondo in on this. Calls him up at the computer. Hondo gets in his car, drives off, he gets his cool helmet on, he gets his little radar to help the robot track the way inside, and that's all he does in that episode. He types a couple of keys on the keyboard. I don't know what his power is. I don't know. He was in one episode, he does nothing. I don't know who Hondo is.
Blowing up the Panama Canal also isn't gonna, like... It's not gonna fuck it up that bad. Because it is already, like, it's already a hole. Like, yeah, they'd have to reshore up some stuff, but it would be closed for, like, maybe 2 weeks.
Well, first off, this is the 80s. Tech was a little weaker back then. By the way, I saw the Twin Towers in
Tech was a little bit weaker.
Weird.
Yeah. The hocus pocus mind control technology and the giga lasers. Yeah, sure.
So, I really want to talk about the villains. I really want to talk about Mayhem, because I think that Mayhem and
oh my god,
Venom.
There's so many.
So, here's the thing. Those other guys...
Cliff Dagger goes hard.
I love the name Lester Sludge. That guy was born to be a fucking villain, dude. Like, holy shit. So, the way it works is I was watching, like, episodes 10 to fucking 20. So technically, like, Bruno Shepard and, like, Floyd Malloy didn't even show up yet. I was stuck with just
Floyd Malloy has got he's got a Super Saiyan haircut, and his mask keeps the hair. That's really funny.
Literally, Ted, he's just Vegeta. Look, he's got the hairline and everything.
And, yeah, Dragon Balls, yeah, they could have absolutely ripped it off at this time. No one would know.
So. Miles Mayhem's the leader of the bunch, and you know him well. His entire thing is... He worked with Matt Tracker to create the masks in order to fight crime and save the world, but Miles had bigger ambitions. He wanted all of the money in the world, so he took a bunch of the blueprints, made evil masks like he's Dr. fucking Wily, and has now created his own team, Venom. And they're gonna fucking hold people hostage and steal all of their money, question mark. Every single scheme he's after is to just get money. That's it. He just wants the world's riches. He doesn't even want to take over the world. He just wants to rob people. He's like, he has all this technology, and he's like remarkably small scale in his bullshit. It's fucking hysterical. I kind of love him. He flies in a helicopter that transforms into a combat jet called the Switchblade, which goes hard as fuck, by the way. You've got Sly Rax. His mask is called the Stiletto. Know what it does? It shoots knife laser beams. Not concussive blasts like Dusty. No, they're sharp and they pop things and stab people. Then
hell yeah.
You have Cliff Dagger. He has a big BDSM fucking Iron Maiden looking ass helmet. He's kind of like the dimwit fucking. He's the Crusher function, right? Where Sly's the one. He's not even competent. I can't even call him competent. He's just a skinny one. He's just kind of a skinny asshole. Cliff is the dimwit. He's got this big helmet that can allegedly shoot explosive laser blasts. I say allegedly because he does it in the intro and never does it in the show. I sat and watched the show for over 5 hours. He never uses it. Then you've got Vanessa Warfield, who is like the actual competent Moog. Her helmet, I don't know what it does. She never uses it for anything. Not in the intro, not in the episode. She just kind of wears it and then shoots things out of a machine gun turret to kill people. So I
like how like there's like a doctor function named Nash Gory, and he just kind of looks like a guy.
So he is this kind of guy. So I went to sleep watching M.A.S.K and woke up on episode 48, and so I did get to see Nash Gory. He's he's a scientist. He's the smart one, but he's like a cowardly weasel. Whoever like Miles is like, hey there, you go do this. Oh yes sir, yes of course. Like rubbing his hands, doing like the heavy mask salesman thing. He's kind of that kind of character. So
now explain to me. Now I may be I may be like skipping ahead in the lore. I don't know if I need to watch like I don't know if I need to watch like M.A.S.K Gaiden or M.A.S.K Kai to get this. But why is Miles Mayhem also Maximus Mayhem?
That happens way later when he gets a big upgrade or something. And I say something because again, bro, I skipped up episode 47. I don't know what the fuck was going on anymore. But
it's like he goes Yami Yugi.
Yeah, just shit was just happening at that point.
Just nonsense happening on screen.
Yeah, I have absolutely no idea the context of where he comes from other than this, he's there. So
how many children have enthusiastically tried to describe this show to their grandma? How many podcasters have enthusiastically described this show to a bunch of 30-year-old men?
Listen, Tad, this show is
holy
not
shit!
Peak. It's
there's a Yeti guy named Boris Bushkin.
Yeah, he shows up way later. So
and Ali Bombay, Ace Riker, and Julio Lopez.
Listen. It was a different time. They had to make these action figures and sell them, okay? Hasbro was putting all of their money into G.I. Joe .5 here. So I want to talk about Venom's bullshit, because there's this episode that really sticks out to me. So, Miles Mayhem, he wants all the money in the world. One episode, they gotta go to India. Fucking Matt Tracker is on vacation in India for he's not on vacation, he's just there. But unfortunately, single episode...
destination.
He's in India while smelling all the sweet smell of the shit in the streets. And they see the Aurora Borealis or some shit. It's like every 5 years, the fucking Blugoogie of regime creates this cascade in the sky. He thinks it's pretty cool. But at the same time, Miles Mayhem is there, and he sees it, and he's like, I know there's a crazy source of power hiding in those hills, and I want it. Think about it, Sly.
Money.
Imagine what I can do with that power. All the world's riches will be mine. So Venom goes to start doing some bullshit, and Matt Tracker, with literally no context, he's like, if I saw that and thought it was cool, you know who else think it would be cool, Scott? That's his son's name. He's like, who, Dad? Venom. Computer, get me the M.A.S.K agents and get them ready to roll. He just assumes Miles is there. He was right, Miles was there. So they go through the Indian jungles with a guide who sounds exactly dead on like the elephant from Diddy Kong Racing. So he starts...
Hold on a second. Hold on. So it's been like... All right, hold on. YouTube. How do you spell YouTube? Is it elephant... Hold on a second. Elephant Diddy Kong noise.
Oh, thank you, my friend.
All right, I'm going to link this video.
So...
Like this? I linked you...
What the fuck is this?
So, okay. I searched elephant Diddy Kong noise, and it gave me a 10-second looping clip called Elephant Sound, uploaded by TXCE Gamer, with 119 comments, 1.5 million views. What the fuck?
Listen, man, it's a different time, man. People just
You know
want to
what? There's
elephants.
a lot of people trying to find this elephant for Diddy Kong.
So
Anyway,
so they go with the racist Indian people, and they find this like ancient temple or whatever. Fucking Miles Mayhem shows up with a switchblade, tries to stop him. Blah blah blah. They get into a big
with his
fight.
switchblade to rob India.
So they have this big fight scene that looks like shit. They get separated. Then Miles Mayhem enters this big spooky cave, and in this big cave there's actually a secret underground civilization called the Hidden City of Regime or whatever, right? And in that civilization are these ancient people who are basically living like Amish people, but in India. They live like the old school ways. They also have magical talking tigers that protect them. Because the show's fucking wild, Tad.
Just like the Amish?
Yeah. And the leader of this city, Regime the Second 13th, or whatever the fuck his name was, he has this magical fucking scepter that can suck up and dissipate radioactive energy. This guy could literally single-handedly cure Chernobyl. When he uses this magical power, it shoots all the beams into the sky and like does the thing in the sky, right?
It shoots the radiation into the sky.
It was the 80s. They didn't know any better. This is.
But wait, hold on a second. Why are they Aren't they underground? Wouldn't shooting it up into the sky just make it fall back down?
There's a hole in the mountain, Ted. It's a fucking... Ted, the show happened before Chernobyl.
Is it like a volcano then?
This show happened before Chernobyl. Don't think too hard about it. So, Ma's like, do you see that, you three imbeciles? Imagine what I could do with that scepter. He's like, yeah, boss, you could, like, totally fix up, like, all the radiation and stuff in the world. Like, no, you fool, think bigger. With that, I could disable all the security systems that run on radioactive elements. And I could steal all the money in the world. I need that scepter. And I'm just like, Miles, do you even hear yourself right now, bro? Miles is so fucking stupid. I fucking love it. He has no ambition other than just getting $20. It's so fucking good.
Not even like... I like this guy.
Yeah, like, again, it's like, nobody wanted to do... He stole the Statue of Liberty, Tad. He stole the entire Statue of Liberty. Do you know how he did it? He didn't! Okay, so here's what he did. A magician shows up. He's like, I'm going to use a magic trick.
How many episodes have a fucking magician?
A magician shows up and he's like, I will make the Statue of Liberty disappear. Snaps his fingers, it's gone. Snaps his finger to turn it back, it doesn't show back up. He goes, that's not supposed to happen. Oh shit, I've been had. And so M.A.S.K is called in. We gotta find the Statue of Liberty. And then, oh shit, it's in the middle of fucking Ohio in a fucking cornfield. Venom threw it over there and is holding it hostage. They'll return it if they get like $1 billion. So M.A.S.K goes over there to stop them, and they beat off Sly and Cliff and try to save it. But turns out, it's a hologram. They go, egads! Of course, it was an illusion. The Statue of Liberty never disappeared because it was a magic trick where they used the light like reflecting off of it to just make it appear invisible. It's right there where it always was. They just duped us. They made us go all the way into fucking Ohio while they're still in New York because Miles...
Why would you keep your like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take this North American national treasure and store it 700 miles west?
Because who the
maybe a little more than that, maybe 1,400. But like, just go throw it in the Middle East. Really fuck them up.
No, but Tad. Well, remember Tad, that wasn't real. The statue's still there. That was a hologram.
Well, I know it's not real. It's a cartoon.
Yeah. So he uninvisibles the light refraction to show the Statue of Liberty. He's like, you fools! You left it all unguarded for me. I have littered
unguarded
billions.
It's like one of the most popular.
No, but remember, it's gone. Right? Everyone thinks it's gone because of the
it's
impression.
The fucking New York City.
Tad, they think it's gone because of the stupid magic trick. Okay, it's gone. It's in Ohio.
I guess so does everyone just go, oh man, I don't want to live in New York City without...
M.A.S.K is doing it. They trust M.A.S.K to take care of it for him, Tad. They're just waiting for M.A.S.K to get the job done.
They have the world's largest police force.
M.A.S.K is right there. The mobile assault. It's like, what do they call it? It's like the mobile assault strike command or something. That's what it stands for.
Command.
Yeah, with a K.
Yep. Yeah. Burger King Kids Club style, just like Lester Sludge.
So he has filled the Statue of Liberty with a fuckload of C4, like that sub at the Panama Canal.
Yeah, he's got one trick.
So Miles Mayhem then puts a big broadcast. He's like, all right, I have now put 500 pieces of C4 in the Statue of Liberty, and I'm gonna detonate it in 3 hours unless you give me $3 billion. Now, $3 billion adjusted 1986 adjusted for inflation. That is about inflation calculator, blah blah blah. AI could not give you a search for this. Oh, that's bullshit. Anyway, it's a lot of money.
It's like not like that much money.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hand. It's probably like $10 billion, right? That's a lot of money. Yeah. But we as a country shit that money, wipe our ass with that money, blowing shit up in the Middle East, right? So he's gonna blow up the Statue of Liberty for like $30. So that's his plan. And like, oh, egads, we will never make it in time. Oh, yes, we will. We've got the power of M.A.S.K. And so he fucking, he plugs his mask into his fucking, like, transformable fucking toy, and it goes light speed across, like, the entire country to get to the fucking New York City in, like, 2.5 hours. They got 30 minutes to disarm all of these bombs, fight off Miles and Vanessa, and save the Statue of Liberty. Do you think they can do it, Tad?
Well, considering the fact that their leader's whole gimmick is he can see real good, and he couldn't see it was right fucking there.
So
I don't know, Alex, what happens? Does Hondo McLean come in to really fix everything up? What about Jacques Lafleur with his bug hat?
So, Buddy and Aleks go inside the Statue of Liberty.
Nevada Rushmore, the Native American. Holy fuck!
He looks like fucking T-Hawk.
Wow, I didn't see that coming. Damn!
So they run in there. They start disarming all the bombs while the other crew is like fighting off M.A.S.K. And so they disarm all of them besides one. And so Buddy tosses it to Aleks, who then uses the fucking jumping hat, jumps up into the air, throws it to Matt Tracker in his flying fucking like motorcycle car thing. He then grabs it, they pass it in the sky, throws it at Miles Mayhem's Switchblade, blows it up, and fucking kills him.
Whoa.
And don't worry, he lived because it's a kid's cartoon. And so he blows him up, and he's just like, damn, thwarted again. You may have won today, M.A.S.K, but I'll get you next time. And that's literally every episode. It's so fucking awful. I genuinely love this dog shit show. But why is this important? Other than it was a kind of funny thing I watched at 3 a.m. I watched for 5 straight fucking hours, right? Let me tell you something. Now, Tad, let's take it all the way back. What did I first say when I sent you a DM about this? When I said, this is literally just G.I. Joe. What if I told you it is G.I. Joe? Here's a little fun fact for you. So, Hasbro thinks that M.A.S.K is kind of dog shit. I know, shocking. So, they've retconned it, and it is now part of G.I. Joe canon. You know how it's called Venom? That's weird. What is the bad guys called again in G.I. Joe? Cobra.
Oh, shit, my god. So, hold on a second. So now I'm wondering, because there's been a bunch of, like, G.I. Joe reboots that they've tried to do. I wonder if they're, in, like, the live-action reboot, there's, like, a super fucking deep-cut, like, M.A.S.K references. Or maybe just Brad Turner doing the fucking hokey pokey or whatever his stupid stand was
Hocus
called.
Pocus?
If he's just doing that,
they say,
like, in the movie.
So, now, in real G.I. Joe lore, M.A.S.K is a Strike Force, like team, part of the G.I. Joe, like, conglomerate. They're all G.I. Joe members now. They're all officially part of the story. And Venom is an offshoot of M.A.S.K, and it's how they get their money to fund their wars. So like Miles Mayhem's lead. So Miles Mayhem is stealing money around the world to feed into Cobra Commander's like war campaigns. They're now officially like all part of the same universe. And it's apparently
that's really funny, actually.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. How like I thought this was just a ripoff, but they just merged them together. I thought it was really, really cool. There's also apparently there was going to be a movie made back in 2018. It's 2025, and I don't think that movie's going to happen. But yeah, I fucking love that show. It's awful. Wait, one more thing to close this out. To close out my little M.A.S.K segment. Know what they did at the end of the episode that genuinely made me fucking happy? Do
they say thank you for watching.
No, they do the after-school, like, safety things, like Sonic Says, or like the G.I. Joe knowing half the battle thing. They do some bullshit, so it'll be like, oh, we blew up Miles Mayhem's thing with a fucking C4 and saved the day. It'd be like, hey, kids, make sure you look at both ways before crossing the street. You wouldn't want to end up like T-Bob here. It would just show him getting hit by a car and fucking exploded. That was really funny. Now, there is one thing I want to bring up. So, Ted,
Yes.
There was one safety episode that's going to be really relevant to me. It was the little kid, Scott, fixing up like an old computer thing with a soldering iron. And I thought it was really relevant because...
I'm sorry, could you... A soldering iron?
Yeah, soldering iron.
Yeah, okay. No, it's fine.
So,
no, you pronounced it correctly.
Well, what do you call it then?
It's a soldering iron.
Why does it have an L in it?
Aleks, listen. We need to pick up this conversation at Zhao Shongshu.
Oh, okay, so anyway, this soldering iron little bit, all right? It's like, fucking, let me guess, it's fucking difference between a crowbar and a prybar now, huh? So, listen. He's working on his little computer thing to fix up T-Bob. He lets go of the thing, lets it on the table, and puts the computer chip in T-Bob, and sets the fucking, like, house on fire, because he let the fucking soldering iron, like, unattended, right? I'm like, damn, that's a really relevant episode, because what I have here in my hand, Tad, is one of those soldering irons. So, fun fact about PS1 Homebrew, you gotta use one of these to get it to work. So, you guys know how great it was putting that CRT, to fix around with that thing. I just want to say this, Tad. For the next content bit that I'm going to talk about with my homebrew adventure, it's a damn good thing I have 3 PS1s. Because I have a sneaking suspicion I'm going to break 2 of them.
You got to keep one for the ants. Those at the Deep Podcast lore know. Every time I've seen a PS1 at a garage sale or anywhere, it's always full of ants. Don't know what it is.
So,
what are you actually going to be homebrewing on it? Like, listen, I'm gonna keep it real. There's like 4 games worth playing on the PlayStation 1.
You are gonna piss off so many fucking people when you say that shit, bro. So
Oh no, a bunch of geriatrics are gonna be upset at me.
Ted,
go play
that's
Tenchu
what you
5.
are. Ted, look in the mirror, you're old. Ted, check your hairline, bro. Bro,
my hairline is nice and fucking steady. I'm waiting for that sword of Damocles to drop on me.
Yeah, I looked at one of my old IDs and I could immediately notice, like, oh yeah, I'm already starting to Vegeta. I'm fucked, bro. It's over. So, no, I mean, I shaved my head, so it's not so bad for me, but, like, I still noticed...
The mark of the gamer.
Hell yeah, the mark of the gamer. I have the gamer dent and the Vegeta fucking hairline. So...
Gamer dent.
So, here's what you do. PS1s are not cartridge-based. I can't just buy an EverDrive for one, or a fucking flash cart. And there isn't, like, a flash cart version of a disc, apparently, because I guess that'd be too difficult. So what you gotta do is you gotta take out the optical disc drive and install a little USB, micro SD card reader into it. But in order to attach that to the circuit board so it's red, you gotta, solder it in or whatever the fuck, right? You gotta fucking smelt that shit. So I'm gonna buy one of those eventually, not anytime soon. I'm gonna do that and tell you how it goes. Now you're thinking, Aleks, those soldering kits are like $40. Clearly you bought one of the good ones and you didn't buy a $10 one off of Amazon that's gonna blow up in your hands. Tad, I bought the $10 one that's gonna blow up in my hands. So I'll let you guys know how this goes.
There's nothing or no one that you trust more than, like, an unspecified Chinese factory.
Tad, like, what's worth more, my PS1 or $30? Like, much like Miles Mayhem, I'll destroy 1,000 things for $30.
Speaking of destroying things for $30, all right. So this is probably a little bit, if you're like one of those people that are like internet addicted, like 99% of people on Earth, you might have already heard about this. So like, so I'm an old school RuneScape-y, or OSRS buddy, as we call ourselves. And there's been some wild and crazy shit happening with RuneScape. So, Aleks, the only company I can think of that should have already died faster than Jagex is Ubisoft. Or BioWare. I don't think BioWare has had a good game come out in 10 years. Or Bethesda. By the way, here's my future Tad prediction. Bethesda's gonna fucking die because their next Elder Scrolls is gonna suck cock, and CDProjektRed designing their next big RPG intentionally be as moddable as a Bethesda game is going to just dethrone it, and people are just going to make mods for them, and then we'll get paid mods, and it's gonna be glorious. We're gonna be moving into like the fucking indie era of modding and shit. It's gonna be beautiful. But anyway, so here's what's going on with Jagex, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they had in 2006 or whatever the fuck, RuneScape came out. RuneScape was inspired by all of these like user-made dungeons that these brothers, these dorky as shit nerd brothers in Cambridge like to play. So they made their game, and they have no fucking idea what they're doing. Like they're just bumbling around doing shit, right? So it's not too long before like a big money man, a real Miles Mayhem shows up. It's just like, yeah, here's a big fat load of cash. I'm gonna buy your game. No, listen, you guys, listen. No, you guys get to keep working on it. It's gonna be great. You just have to talk to CFO Sly Rax and Chief of Security Cliff Dagger. You just have to do what they say now. So what ended up happening? Jagex is in a very unique situation because they have a modern MMO that has still survived through dying multiple times. So RuneScape came out. It blew up because it was free to play. You could play it on anything. And children had it because it was free, right? So RuneScape ended up pretty much dying because they got acquired by a bunch of different investor groups all throughout like 2010. Like 2010 forward, they just kept getting bought for like $60 million and then sold for $120 million. And then, you know, it keeps going up and up and up. I think the most recent one was like, I could be off. This number's just coming to my head. I don't know why. It's like 1.2 bill or something. Yeah. Which, I mean, that's somewhat reasonable. Because they're an MMO. You know, think about how much you got fucking 200,000 players. They're all paying $15 a month.
Yeah.
But the people that bought them were like, we need to increase money for our shareholders this term. That is our legal obligation. We have to provide as much money for our shareholders to make. That means increasing profits every single quarter.
Uh-huh.
So other MMOs because at this time people were like, oh, I have a cheap computer that can play real games. I'm going to go play that instead of RuneScape. So they decided the money people were like, we're going to trend chase. We're going to have the evolution of combat. The community was very, very vocal about it. Told them they did not want it. That it was a bad idea that they played RuneScape for its combat. They pushed it through anyway. Mass fall off. Like game basically dies. It goes on life support for a long time. They end up still milking it as much as they can. Becomes the poster child for microtransactions in an MMO. You can get 99 in all your skills in like, I think it was like 8.5 hours by spending like 1.2K.
Wait, what the like 1.2K dollars, right? Like real dollars.
So if you just drop like a little bit over $1,000, you can have all of your skills in RuneScape maxed within one day, within one work week. So now
I don't know. Like the fuck?
You just buy shit like that. You just buy shit that gives you like 6 times XP, and you can just do that, and you can roll like gacha and shit. Like you buy like a treasure key and you open it up and you just get like 50 million gold. Now you may be saying to yourself, wow, that seems like that would kill the MMO's like economy and everything. Yeah, you're right. So anyway, that one died. And then 2017, I think, people started like on the forums, they started going, okay, well, we don't have any money. Our company's worth shit. What can we do? It's like, okay, well, how about we make old school RuneScape, right? And they did that. And the big deal with old school RuneScape, and this is why it requires that story to kind of understand why it's at this point. So the reason why people are so fucking upset about what they're currently doing with RuneScape, which is looking at other like things like making it so you can be on the game longer before you get logged out from AFK, enhanced player support, of which there is already barely any for the game,
enhanced, and
then other shit like that.
Enhanced, you'll get a read receipt, which means someone read your support ticket.
Like some of the shit they're doing is they're like trying to show options are $32 a month RuneScape subscriptions, right?
$32 fucking dollars.
Yeah, just shit like that. So what made people so upset is this is the exact same money grubbing shit that killed RuneScape before. Shit that they pushed through because they fucked up the game by doing things that people did not want. So part of the reason old school RuneScape grew and is now one of like the top 5 MMOs is because from the start, they're like, every single major change we make outside of like critical ones that we think will affect the longevity of the game and have to be addressed will be pulled. It's not like a fun thing for the community. It's not like the fucking Minecraft yearly poll where they add some like new colored tree, right? Mm-hmm. And then go, whew, all right, oh, time for 360 days of vacation, right? Like, this is shit where it's like, we promise, we double dog promise swear we won't fuck the game up again. So the problem is they just got sold to another investor back in like October, I think, of like 2 years ago. And now this one is like, yeah, we're just going to do this survey and we're going to introduce ads into free to play. We're going to do all this stuff. And then they're like, no, it's just a survey, guys. It's just a survey. But like, this has already happened twice for RuneScape. So the people playing it are like, no, I will just stop playing.
So I'm curious.
Like, I will just play something else.
So I'm curious. So the membership, they're trying to charge $30 for a membership, but can't you buy bonds?
Yes. So the cost of bonds would also go up in this. They'd probably go up to like $10 for 2 weeks of gameplay. They would definitely increase it. Now the prices are obviously, this is like the business econ shit. The prices are obviously too high. Because the whole purpose of this survey that they put out was to see just how willing the whales are if we push our numbers even higher than what we think we could get away with. To see, like, oh, the response to a $30 membership, the $33 membership a month was actually pretty, not as bad. Like, it was negative, but it wasn't like every single person said it was negative. So let's inch towards that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, yeah, they're in pretty fucking hot water because the RuneScape temporary game mode just finished. It only ran for like 5 weeks, right? It was like a little over a month. So a lot of people are already burnt out and perfectly fine with not playing RuneScape for a while. Like, I'm in the exact same boat. I am perfectly fine with not playing RuneScape for until Sailing comes out next year, right? Mm-hmm. I'll definitely hop on when they add the new skill, but like, I can go do other things if they're going to try and push this like crazy monetization. Even the idea of saying as part of your membership, you won't see ads, which implies you will otherwise, right? It was shorter AFK times for a cheaper membership, which means longer AFK times for more money, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like the people that are playing RuneScape are posting all this shit over the past couple years. Like, one of the things that they've been pushing is they've been saying you have to get a Jagex account. We're going to consolidate everything onto our official launcher. People were not doing that because their official launcher sucked shit. So then what they did is like, you can launch this other one that some other guy made that has like custom plugins and all these things that most people use. You could just play that within the launcher. It's fine. You could just play it within the launcher. So the people that were smart and have been playing RuneScape, the other like 2 times Jagex tried to kill their own game with greed, never did that. And I fucked up by tying it to my account. So now if they end up making a client where it's like, yeah, you can only do X, Y, and Z on this kind of client, I'm pretty much fucked. Because my account is now tied onto that forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those things where it's like there's nothing bad has happened to RuneScape just yet, but it's like,
but like they're very
this
clearly
is the third time this shit's happened.
Yeah, I get it. You can see the writing on the wall and you don't like it. That makes sense.
Yep. The other funny drama about RuneScape, did I tell you about Mod Jed, aka the Mod Rat?
No, I've never heard of this.
So people kept posting, like, pretty much the main way that they communicate with like the RuneScape people, with like the community, is on the r/2007 scape. It's one of like the only subreddits I even bother to use, right? And this dude, Mod Jed, he was just some guy. Like, he was just one of the mod staff, whatever. Not like a mod on the Reddit, but in the game, right? So like all the developers are like mod whatever their name is, right? That's just like the naming convention. Like, if you're a player, you can't make a name that's mod space and then your name. Like, it's just blocked out.
Yeah.
So they can give everyone of every name, you know? But what people would do is they were posting on the forums, they're like, bro, I just lost like 3 billion, my 3 bill account. Like, which by the way, 3 billion is like, that's like 100,000 real life dollars.
The fuck?
10,000.
Okay.
Probably not 100, but still, like 10,000 is a down payment on a fucking house, right?
Yeah.
And people were just saying like, oh yeah, you got to use two-factor authentication, you know, check your email, make sure it's not leaked. And he's like, I swear to God I did. And then whatever. A few months go by, happens again with a different guy, happens again. And people are like, what the fuck is going on? So what happened is I forget how it leaked. I think it was through like Discord messages. But what happened is that there's this clan in RuneScape. And I feel like I probably did mention this in one of the MMO episodes, so I'll just do it kind of quick. But this guy was a member of this PvP clan that was like, you know, laundering money through RuneScape into real life shit. Mm-hmm. That's right. I think the way they found it is people were looking at his social media profile and like he has like all these brand new cars and a super nice fucking house, and the other Jagex people are posting photos of them at like Chick-fil-A, right? Yeah. Like they've got like a 2004 Subaru, and so people are like, what the fuck's going on here? And I think that's how they made the connection. And what he was doing is he was selling the account details to this to these people in Venezuela, and just selling it to them. Like he ended up going to fucking jail over it.
Oh,
when he was selling their login details. And these people would log on, go out to the wilderness with all of those items, and then get PK'd and just go, oh, well, you got killed in the wilderness, bud. Oh, that's crazy, you know? Or, oh, your account got hacked. Well, that's too bad. We don't give items back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Jagex looked into it, and they're like, yeah, we saw that he logged in. Like, his like, the IP matches, like, our offices. They're like, that's probably not correct.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's the other thing that was pissing people off with RuneScape now is that they kept posting all of like these news posts about like people getting upset by the survey and never once saying, no, we won't put ads in the game. Mm-hmm. And never saying, no, we won't increase it, because they've probably already like started those plans and it's going to happen no matter what. So Jagex for the third time is going to kill their own game for literal no reason. It happened once with when they updated the combat. It happened again when they added all the microtransactions. And now it's going to happen again when they add microtransactions, fuck up the combat, and add more subscription options. It's beautiful. They are, by the way, last year they increased subscriptions by 30%. Man, so there's a 30% markup in all their profits. Went up 30% last year. But yeah, it's a shame to see a game that I've played for so long just kind of like kill itself for no reason.
I mean, has anything truly lasted forever, though, when you think about it?
Yes. Motherfucking Team Fortress 2. So
yeah, it's on life support.
No, I don't care about the main game anymore. I have Team Fortress 2 Classic.
Oh, right, my fucking bad. I need to actually play that. In fact, I might install that, and we can play that after this is over.
Yeah, let me tell you guys a little bit about Team Fortress 2 Classic. This is pretty much my last thing. Besides, I want to talk about Nosferatu a little bit. Because once again, I was in the wrong 100% on this. But Team Fortress 2 Classic is like, imagine if Team Fortress 2 did not have like a load-bearing coconut. Like, imagine if you could just put what the fuck ever weird weapon ideas you want in the game, and it'll just work, and it won't take 400 hours of QA testing. So, premise of the Team Fortress 2 Classic, no hats. There's no cosmetics. Which kind of fucks me up. But there are unlockable weapons. For example, the teleporters can get swapped out to 2 placeable jump pads that basically let any class rocket jump. Like one time they go boom and like get over a wall and shit. So you can open up like soldier and demo flank routes, and you just throw your teleporter thing down there and it goes boink, and there you go. Now your heavy can take that. And it's like, holy fuck, that's crazy.
Like Rocket Raccoon in Marvel Rivals?
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I played as 3 characters in Marvel Rivals for 38 minutes before I decided, yeah, I ain't gonna play a fucking MOBA. Just like Deadlock, just nah, no thanks, I think I'm good. But like, some of the weapons are real fucking odd. Like, the soldier has a rocket launcher that shoots 1 rocket in like an arc, and then just boom, and it does like 80 damage. Just like big fucking get off the point splash damage. The heavy has a new minigun that is an anti-aircraft gun. What you do is when you hold it, it does like the air raid like whine, and it goes thump pow, thump pow. Like, it'll go forward and then explode on contact in like a laser line forward, like a hit scan weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But if it doesn't hit anyone, it'll go forward a certain distance and then either hit a wall and explode or hit like a distance, just go pow. So it's like another type of weird aerial denial weapon for the heavy, but it limits his range to even shorter. And, you know, it's got, you know, if you hit a scout that's right in front of you, you're going to hit by the splash damage and shit. It's really cool. They've got some really interesting side weapons. So it's a good game. I might host like a game night on it once, because it's also not a 900 gig download. It's like 2. Oh, also it has 4-player because it has green and yellow teams.
Yeah, I noticed.
I
watched a trailer for it. I saw them put the civilian in, which everyone was really excited for. That trailer was really good, by the way.
Yeah, even the way they do the fucking updates. When you sent me it, they did the Team Fortress 2 style, where it's a big ass webpage. You scroll down as it reveals more and more, and they just add more, like day 2, day 3, day 4. It's sick.
So yeah, I'll give it a shot after we're done with this. I'm down to give it a shot.
Now, I'm here to give my final story now. I've put it off as long as possible.
All right.
So, Friday, January, whatever the fuck, I don't know. Big Apple, 3 a.m. Me and Kirsten went to go see Nosferatu. What do you know about Nosferatu? Not specifically this movie, but like, besides him flicking the lights, what else do you know about Nosferatu?
I know it's a really, really, really old movie. It's like one of the oldest movies ever. I know he's like the classical like vampire. Before we got the capes and the Draculas, we had this guy. And I know you can play as a really ugly Nosferatu vampire in Vampire the Masquerade.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically all I know about him. Oh, sorry. That he might be based on literal alien humanoids that used to eat us 8 billion years ago. That's why we're so afraid of that specific shape of person.
You know what? I'm gonna agree. This movie is not about. This is like a fiction movie though, so it's not about like our hyper predators in the prehistoric times. Although, holy fuck, dude! Imagine a movie in like prehistoric caveman times where they're fighting a fucking vampire.
Dude, I'm telling you, caveman horror is like a genre that just needs to exist. Imagine, fucking
holy fuck.
God. Like, imagine that. Like,
you have the
follow
caveman
Krug,
dude.
You follow Krug with his club, and he's got to fight a literal vampire.
Cause think about it too. It's like he comes back to his cave, like me Grug cave, me smash saber-toothed tiger and talking mammoth friend with otter boy.
But right? Yeah, but now there's a predatory animal that can speak. Imagine how fucking scary that is for a fucking caveman, dude.
Dude, he discovers fire because he's taking like stone and sharpening a fucking like dinosaur bone into a steak.
And then he discovers by accident that vampires are afraid of fire and uses it to fight them.
No, then he finds out the thing they're most afraid of is Jesus Christ on the cross. Anyway, no one steal that. Caveman horror is a let me tell you about branded concept, okay? There's nothing I take more serious than fucking IP theft. By the way, thumbnail is Popeye. He's our mascot now. He's public domain.
Only a specific pre-spinach Popeye is public domain.
Pre-spinach Popeye is the official let me tell you about mascot. I'm going to sell merchandise of him.
I mean, you legally can.
Anyway, so, yes, Nosferatu. It's like a very, very gothic thing, which I did not know that it was super, super gothic. I thought it was like, I know Nosferatu. He's like the Rat Man. Yeah, look at him go. Oh, it's like not like a cool movie. Like it's like the least sexy movie on earth. It's horrible, right? Watching it, beautiful movie. I was like, I had a fucking blast. Like the first 45 minutes, like I could not take my eyes off the screen except to reach for my gas station burrito. Yes, I am that man.
You're that bit from Homestar. What? This was all in my box of popped or whatever the fuck he had carrying him.
Yeah. So, okay. What me and Kirsten brought to the Nosferatu screening at 7 p.m. on a Friday night. We brought gas station beef and bean burritos. Very tasty. Egg roll. Chicken tenders.
Wait, dude, what the fuck?
Potato wedges. Chocolate dipped strawberries.
Dad, I think I hate you.
No, you have to admit, the last one makes sense.
Fucking
It's decadence, Alex. But yes, also, I brought my Homestuck suicide blanket, which is the Hero of Breath microfiber blanket that is extremely comfy.
Now, Ted, you know what I brought to see the Sonic the Hedgehog movie in theaters?
What?
Nothing. I just sat and watched the fucking movie.
Did you at least get your Power Up Pro reward points for the movie theater? You could have
No.
saved 30 cents on this purchase.
No, I just walked in and sat and watched the fucking movie.
But no, yes, we did stop at the gas station and we were like, fuck, I just got off work. We only have so much time. And yes, we did get 2 gas station burritos, 2 egg rolls, 3 chicken tenders, a small potato wedge, and our homemade chocolate dipped strawberries, which were made from slavery-free chocolate. Why do I know that, Alex? Because I bought it. It was Tony's Chocoloni's, Tony Chocoloni's slavery-free chocolate.
Slavery-free chocolate is insane! Fucking holy shit!
By the way, Alex, hold on. If you thought that was insane, let me just copy paste this image here. Alex, is this like a normal way to break up a candy bar? Does that seem like normal and like sane to you? Like to break off a piece like that?
What the fuck are you eating? This shit's a Toblerone that doesn't know what it wants to be.
Dude, I think if someone came into my house without knowing, knowing me, they would know I was insane. I have the schizo soap, the Dr. Bronner shit, where it has multiple biblical verses from different editions of the Bible on it, and slavery-free chocolate. Again, it says it on the back.
Motherfucker's starting to quote the Book of Enoch.
But yes, by the way, that dude that saw me and absolutely thought I was jerking my shit at the Wild Robot, he was there. I could not flag him down to specifically do my movie ticket. I wasn't able to. Someone else got to him in time. Also, we were not the only people in the theater. There was like 5 other people. But they also brought food because I'm in the Midwest.
Fucking God. Like, look, I get not buying candy at the place. That shit's expensive as fuck. But, like, bro, you bring it. Did you, like, stuff it in your fucking jacket? Just
no, what we did is that Kirsten has
my buffet-sized jacket. Oh, boy, I sure can't wait to watch this movie. Hear the plastic scraping together. Drop a fucking
better make sure
fry.
the Cinema Hawks don't see me.
Sir, do you?
Who's the designated shooter for this evening?
Sir,
Robert, it's okay. I brought these on my own.
Sir, do you smell like a gas station burrito?
Why, yes, thank you.
Has anyone ever been busted for taking food? Like, what are they gonna do? Take it? Like,
yeah, almost me. Yeah, almost me, dude. Okay, so when we sat down, we were 7 minutes late to the showing, of course. But when we sat down, like, 6 minutes go by. I know because I checked my phone. I didn't turn off yet.
Oh my God.
I think I'm the reason why theaters are dying. But I was going to be like, Kirsten, could we open up your backpack and can I have my Homestuck blanket and or also a chicken tender? And like 3 seconds later, I saw one of the employees come over. And I feel like if I would have, well, on the other hand, I'm over here thinking this wage cuck is gonna like judo flip me out of the seat and ban me while everyone stands and claps. I genuinely think if they saw me take out a gun, I don't think they would even care.
Sir, you need to leave. You're eating chicken tenders at the movie theater.
No, I'm not.
I remember now, Tad. I remember the story I wanted to tell you.
Okay. Does it involve slaves?
It involves
chocolate.
A certain person at my Walmart. I remember the story now. Thinking of you being a problem, it was reminded me of problems I've run into. You are like the customers I deal with every day. No, Tad,
Alex, you are like the coworkers I deal with every day. Screaming autistic children.
Listen, Tad. You know when your children didn't shove a magnetic metal screwdriver into the CRT while it was turned on, okay? They're not me yet. So, Tad, as you know, I help people. I know, rare footage of that, but I get paid to and I have to. So, sometimes what will happen is bums will show up and ask me to call up a taxi for them to give them a ride. They pay for the taxi, obviously, so I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. Or like the schizo chef. I did the whole
that's
phone
like
thing, right?
that's like 5 seconds into the conversation. They usually probably start with, "Hey man, can you give me a ride?" You go, "No, I don't have a car." And then they say, "Can I call the cab?"
So none of them actually asked me for a ride personally. None of them tried that shit on me yet. But regardless, I help the bums out, right? That's just what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one day, this one guy shows up. He's like a young dude, and he looks and sounds exactly like, what's his name? Jesse from Breaking Bad. So
he's like, "Yo, Mr. White, bitch."
Yeah, so he shows up, and he's a little angry. He's like, "Oh, look, man, I'm sorry to bug you, but can I borrow your phone real quick? I gotta make a phone call right back." I'm like, "Well, what's up?" He's like, "A ride?" He's like, "No, yes, it just like I'm sorry to bug you. I'll give it right back." I'm like, "Okay." And this is an average bum routine. I was like, keep my eyes on because he's a little suspicious.
Dude, he's gonna take one look at your anime phone.
More was turned off, luckily. But anyway, so I give him my Chinese gamer phone, and I call up the number for him, and it's his girlfriend. He's calling her for a ride, right? I'm like, okay. Now, I don't think, why is he all the way out here and he's so far away apparently and needs a ride? And I quickly learned why, because he starts screaming. He's like, "Bitch!" He's like, "Bitch! Where the fuck are you?" I'm like, "Oh, I should not have helped this guy. This is a bad idea." And so,
oh shit!
And he's like animated. Again, he sounds exactly like Jesse from Breaking Bad. He's just like, "Babe, where the fuck are you? I've been out here for like 3 fucking hours. I need a fucking ride." And I'm like I can't hear what she's saying, obviously, right? Because I'm like a few feet away. I'm not trying to eavesdrop. I'm just trying to keep my eye on my fucking phone, right? He's like, "Babe, I fucking need you over here right fucking now. No, don't bring the others with you." I'm like, what the fuck is he fucking talking about? What? I'm like,
is he calling up? Is he calling up M.A.S.K?
I know.
Is this Matt Tracker?
He's like,
is it his son's name Scotty? Scotty does sound like the type of guy who would talk like this.
He's like, "No, I fucking need you over here alone with the car. You gotta get me. Don't fucking make this a big fucking deal." He's just like screaming over and over. He's just like looping and shit. And then like after like 10 minutes of like talking about the others, he waits. He's like, and he's like teary. He's like, "No, please don't tell the others." I'm like, what the fuck is going on over there? And he's like, please don't. Look, just don't bring him over, okay? Like, look, I need to get there. I need to get my stuff, okay? I'm like, oh, I get it. They had like a big fight or something, right? Okay, I see where this is going. He's like, "Babe, look. 2 hours more? You can't make somebody wait for that fucking shit." And he's just going on and on for like this hours. And he's just getting weird, right? He goes from getting angry to crying. And he's just trying to like to bargain, right? But he starts pulling out like the hustlers like necking on her. He's like, "Babe, look," babe, his tone like flips. I mean, he's like, "Babe, look, if you really love me, you come over here in like 30 minutes, right?" He starts like doing that to her, right? It's so fucking weird, man. So
holy shit! What a fucking he's Count Orlocking her.
Yeah,
that's
he's
the guy
fucking
from Nosferatu.
He's fucking wild, and I'm like, he does this one thing where he's like, "Bitch!" He like yells really loud, like shakes his arms. I'm like, "Hey, listen, I tap him like, buddy, that's my fucking expensive ass gamer phone. You do not fucking throw that thing, or I will beat your fucking teeth in." And he's like, "Oh look, man, I'm so fucking." I got immediately pissed at him. He's like, "Oh, dude, I'm so fucking sorry, man. I'm sorry. Look, you know what, no, man? Look, babe, just fucking get here, all right?" He hangs up the phone, hands it back to me. He's like, "I'm so sorry, man, but thank you." I'm like, "It's fine, man. All right, just keep your anger calm down, all right?" And he's like, "Look, man, I'm sorry. It's all cool. It's all cool. We're cool, man." I'm like, "Yeah, we're cool." He's like, "All right, thank you, man." Then 10 minutes pass. And so he comes back to me. So he comes back to me and he's like, "Look, dude."
Aleks, hold on. Tell me the moment you realized when you looked up from the cart and you saw him coming towards you again.
I just sighed. He's like, "Look, dude, can I call her back really quick?" I'm like, "Dude, you make this fucking quick. I'm on the fucking clock, man." And he's like, "Look, I get it. I'm so sorry. I'm so fucking sorry, man." He calls her up, and he just immediately screams, "Bitch, get the fuck over here right fucking goddamn now! Fuck, I'm fucking sitting here." Remember, he said he's okay with waiting like an hour. He's like, "It's been like 10 minutes. Now! I don't care if you bring the others." Please don't bring the others. And so...
Holy shit.
It's like, it's fine. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, love you too. Hands up the phone and hands it to him. He's like, and he does a fist bump to me. He's like, "Thanks, man. Hey, do you sell alcohol at the Walmart?" I'm like, "Yeah, I think we sell it in the bag." Like, "Yeah, but like what kind?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know, dude. I don't deal with the merchandise, man. I fucking work out in the fucking parking lot." He's like, "Oh, I get you, man." I'm like, "Well, thanks, man." He's like, He walks away and immediately turns around and is like, hey, do they take, what are those food stamps cards called?
Like, holy fuck, please don't tell me he's going to try and buy alcohol with an EBT. This guy's a winner. This guy is what everyone at the Nosferatu screening thought I was.
He's like, do they take these cards, they take these food stamps cards to buy alcohol with? I'm like, dude, I don't fucking know. Do you need like $5 to buy beer? And he's like,
why don't you go buy some Monster Energies with your food stamps? What the fuck?
So I'm like, look, man, you look like you're going fucking through it. I pull out my wallet and I give him $5. I'm just like, just go buy some beer, bro. You fucking need one. He's like, oh, dude. He fits us, he's like, you're a fucking lifesaver, bro. And so he goes into the store. I don't see him for a little bit. And then while I'm going to my break to just buy myself some candy, I walk by him at the cash register. He looks over at me, he's like, oh, hey, dude. He does like a chest bump with his fist. Does like a peace sign to him. He's like, hey, man, thanks for the $5. And then he buys his beer and leaves. And so I unfortunately did not see him again. I assume his girlfriend got him eventually. But that is definitely the worst customer I've had to deal with at Walmart so far.
Aleks, I appreciate that even in Idaho. Like, okay, so obviously that dude was tweaking the fuck out, right? Like,
yes.
He's looping. Even in Idaho Walmart, you get weirdos. I love it. Some things are always the same. Did he mention the peacocks?
No. The peacocks have actually been pretty quiet for the past few months. I don't even know if they're still around anymore. They haven't called recently.
Did you know, this is a complete non sequitur, not related to anything. Did you know that peacocks are associated with like the occult and like black magic and shit? Like, back in the Satanic Panic era, like cops would just shoot peacocks if they saw them on like a property during a heist. They just kill them.
That's fucking crazy. Can I buy some alcohol with these ECT cards?
Hey man, do you guys accept GameStop power-up rewards points here? I just really need like a shooter of Mike's Hard Lemonade. What if I give you like $5 for this $12 jug, but you only pour out like half, or like three, like a third? Just like, come on, man. Aleks, at any point, that man could have turned his rage towards you. That was a brave thing that you did.
I could have, Tad, I am decently strong. I could have flattened that motherfucker. He was, like, look, he was a skinny ass. He looks like Jesse from fucking Breaking Bad, Tad. That's a skinny man. Listen, I'm not gonna try to sound tough, but I could definitely hold my own against a fucking weak ass tweaker, okay?
Well, Aleks, you have the crowbar. Sorry, I mean prybar.
I do have. It was in the cart. I could have smacked him with it.
Then you would have taken out Mora, and then would it really be a victory?
I would have made him pay for it. I would have. Ted, I literally threatened him. I was already on guard.
Dude, what a fucking crazy conversation. What a whole conflict. Both of you end up threatening people, and then you give him $5 to go away. But listen, I get it. Aleks, you take that man's anger, you squish it into the body of a 7-year-old, Monday through Friday, baby, 7 to 3 p.m.
She comes at you with a pencil. Hey, listen, here's $5. Get out of here. You understand?
I'm gonna give you a banana sticker if you don't kill me. It's a token economy. Anyway, speaking of token economies, if you ever want to get... Oh, fuck. I was trying to think of like a Bitcoin thing.
You can't use your welfare tax dollars to buy alcohol. But you know what you can use it on? This podcast.
You can use it on... You can DoorDash me food. And that could be your contribution. If you don't want to join us on Patreon or the Discord... or the Twitter, etc. I'm not going to be banning Twitter links because I'm not a self-important, self-righteous dumbass like people on Reddit.
Tad, the biggest brony Discord just banned Twitter links, okay? This is a big deal.
What are you talking about? No, I didn't. I didn't ban it in the Let Me Tell You About server. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. This is a fun one. I'm going to try and do more of those live streams with Joe. Just real quick, like 1 hour live streams of us just fucking around. I want to do more cool stuff like that because I've got like 2 normal episodes left that I have like half researched, but it's like, I probably ain't gonna have much time to research episodes, so I'm looking for like good like middle grounds where they're still not slop disposable content, but not like overstaying their welcome with how long it takes. Well, so I'm still looking for the sweet spot there, but I think I've got a pretty good way to find it. So, unless you've got anything more to say, Aleks, I think that'll do it.
I have more, but that's like a whole. I'll save it for the next episode. It's a long topic. I'm pretty much good to go.
I really had a realization of how old I am because I looked at my number one, physical paper that I have my notes on. Number two, I have HSA fees and my rage at the cost of saving money, parenthesis, tax exempt. Maybe we'll cover that in the Let Me Tell You About Old Folks Home special. All right. Goodbye, gamers. Have a good one.
Later.